Hey, what's up? My name is Rita Forte, owner of the Olive Street Agency. We are a marketing organization focused on merch, graphic design, as well as web store and fulfillment. You are right here at our production space on Seminary MacArthur in East Oakland. Born and raised, Oakland, California.
All right, so talk about your brand.
All right.
Specifically, the Bay.
Got Bay.
Got Bay.
Yeah, Got Bay. So everybody knows it's a little takeoff of Got Milk, but made it into Got Bay. And I had a mixtape series called Got Bay, which had a lot of Bay Area artists on it, from E40, the Hood Stars, you name it. Anybody who was in the hyphy, had the hyphy sound during 2006, I had a mixtape called Got Bay, and I decided to make some shirts. That was like my first entry into screen printing, and here we are today, just literally from that. Exactly. And then, yeah, you can see right next to it is on our wall. It's a little cover right now because we got a lot going on, but that's our Olive Street Agency logo. That is the original logo that we've had since 2012.
What inspired you to create that?
Well, a couple things. So Olive Street is actually a street in East Oakland that my family has owned property and still owns property for 3 generations. So everybody talking about generational wealth. Now, yeah, Forte family been on that. So Olive Street Agency means something to my family. And then also the olive branch, it's not only a symbol of peace, but for me, it's a symbol of hope. From the story Noah in the ark in the Bible, where the dove brings back the olive branch, signifying that there's land out there and keep going, even though you're in a flooded Noah's ark, you know what I mean? So a couple different meanings in there, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to extend our olive branch. We're here to help, to show people, to give people hope. Like, people come in here with their designs and they don't know what, they're like, well, I kind of want something like this or something like that. We give people hope. We help people with their vision and their ideas, and we put that on shirts, graphic design, everything. So nice. All right. Yeah, so this is kind of the beginning of our production space. Over here, we have all of our jobs that we're working on for screen printing, design, embroidery, heat press, DTG, DTF, which stands for direct to garment printing, direct to film printing. So we offer a lot of different ways to be able to put, your message or your design on your garment. Right? This is kind of the summer deal thing that we had going on. We'll be having a hoodie deal and a beanie deal coming up for the holidays soon. And that is actually our DTG machine. It's brand new. We didn't have it when we opened up back in July 2022. But we have it now, and it's good for if someone comes in and they just want to do one shirt, which happens all the time. Oh, I just need a shirt for this event, or I just need one shirt. I need to look
fresh for this baby shower.
Yes, whatever. We now have the capability to do that, right? Because with this machine that I'm about to show you back here, we need at least like 24 pieces to make it worth our while. So that's our minimum for screen printing. This is Isaiah. He is our creative director, head graphic designer. Been working with him actually with the Olive Street Agency for like 5 years, even before we opened this space. So
nice.
Yeah, he's been around for a little while. He's all right, Yeah.
So can you run the shop without her?
Yeah.
Now you know. Now you know you can't. Okay.
Can we go back to this machine real quick?
Yeah.
How much did it cost to get this one?
It's about 17 grand.
Okay.
And
yeah. Do you?
And I would say that's a mid-range one.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So they can be up to 32,000.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But how many? do you have to do one t-shirt at a time
One
every
t-shirt
time?
at a time.
So why is there so much for that when you could just get the little Amazon press things?
Because
I know you probably got something to say.
Different print.
Yeah.
Different print. We offer that as well too.
Okay.
But and some last longer than others, and some feel different than others. So yeah, I mean, you could do both.
Yeah.
Either one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is this? Is this just a printer?
Yeah, that's just a big heavy duty printer. It's really for printing out nice photographs, big photographs.
Okay.
But we use it to print out films. So we're actually, the process of screen printing is you print out films like this. When we go back there, I'll show you, but you expose this on a screen.
Okay.
And then the screen goes up on this machine.
Okay.
So it's kind of a big process for screen printing too. That's why we really need larger orders, at least 24 minimum, to be able to do that whole thing,
Do you also offer maybe additional, have an additional income for maybe doing signs and posters? Have you ever thought about that?
No.
Just trying to keep it clothing only?
Yeah, there's already so many combinations and options with apparel. Yeah, like pens and notepads and we get asked it all the time. Banners, flyers.
I feel like because
it all goes together.
Yeah. So you can
promotional
have
items
for sure.
Yeah, to be able to market.
Yeah.
So that's why we.
But it's also unique to keep your niche though, because then if you start trying to go into other stuff, your overhead becomes more.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it all works out for sure.
Yeah. No, we need to stay within apparel because again with apparel there's hoodies and hats and beanies and there's all the brands.
Socks,
then there's all the brands, Gildan, you name it. I started warming up the machine before you came.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know that this head was on, so it printed on everything.
Is there a t-shirt that you need to press, or you would have to do multiple at once? Could you actually show working the machine?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, that would be
That's
great.
why I was warming it up so that I could do that. Yeah. Okay, hold on 1 second.
How long did it even take you to learn this? This is a scary machine.
Yeah.
And I know it's expensive.
So when I opened the shop last year, I didn't know how to work this machine at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So were you just doing that one?
We didn't even have that one yet. I wasn't doing any of it, but that was the plan.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this business for 10 years, but we just had moved it into this space last year. So I was running this business before having all this equipment. I was using someone else's equipment. I was basically farming out the production. Exactly.
Cool.
So I was basically a middlewoman, whatever, taking in the order, and then having someone else print it, get back the order, and giving it to my customer.
You were almost drop shipping in the same city.
Exactly.
Well,
exactly.
City,
Basically. But I always knew, I was like, okay, to really do this, I got to have my own equipment. But this is like you said, this is some real deal equipment. There's no joke.
What do you prefer?
Oh, this for sure. Way more control.
Is it more stress?
Way more control.
More control, but more stress though, right? Stress levels.
I don't know. I was stressed out before too, but it's more stress now.
I guess because you're on their time. It's not like, hey, I need this by Friday, and they could be like, well, I can maybe do it by Monday.
Yeah.
Now you could actually get it done by Friday.
Right.
Depending on
but
how
then
hard
it's still a lot of stress.
Nah.
A lot more factors.
Yeah.
But what I was going to show you is that, so for the first 8 years when I was running this business, I had about 50, 60 clients per year. This was our first year, moving in here, this was our first year. So how many clients do you think this is?
200.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
219.
Oh.
Yes.
Congrats.
So almost.
See if I know anybody.
Almost. I'm sure you do.
Yeah, probably.
So.
Need to add my name up there.
Well, we need an order. Let's go. Let's do business. But I say that to say quadrupled the business having my own equipment. Having control, being able to be like, oh, okay, no, move this order up. No, this person needs this by this time. And being able to make those decisions, game changer.
9 days. How many times did you mess up?
Oh man, this is still a mess up. Okay, so how about that? I'm not the printer. I'm the one that brings in the customers.
You're the hustler outside.
Yeah, I'm the one that's going outside to network, all the networking events. You know what I mean? All of the whatever.
What kind of events do you go to?
Well, it just all depends. But they could be like chamber events or, like business.
Networking events?
Yeah, business networking, or it could even be like going to, city council meeting or something like that. Just to anything, you could be wearing your shirt, you know what I mean, and promoting what you do.
Yeah.
So
how much does a machine like this cost? I'm scared to even know.
What? I mean, if you're looking for something good, at least like 45, 50.
45 would be a minimum for some like good quality?
Yeah.
And do they come with, what is this, eight shirts you said?
Yeah, so, and this one, and there's way bigger ones. This one, we can only print, there's only 6 heads on it.
Okay.
So technically that means you can only print 6 colors, but really it's that you can only print 5 colors because your base layer has to be white.
Okay.
So really then there's only five other colors left, so.
Makes sense.
So yeah, there's machines that are like 12, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, this is a kind of like for automatic, because there are manual versions of this that aren't automatic.
Yeah.
And you manually have to turn everything, it wouldn't be moving like this. That are like 3 colors, 4 colors, stuff like that. So, but I was like, no, I got to start with an automatic print machine, even though I didn't know how to run it. I just remember my mom when I first opened saying like, you got this big machine and you don't even know how to work it? I'm like, nope. But I know this is what I need, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So we're all loaded up, shirts on everyone. All right, so we're gonna turn on that white.
I'm kind of nervous.
Okay. That's gonna do 3 strokes. 2.
Does the machine choose that or you choose it?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What? Just trials and tribulations?
Usually it's 2 and 2.
Okay.
But for this one, we were printing. These are the ones that we're actually printing right here.
Oh, okay.
So on hoodies, sometimes it's best to do like 3 layers.
Okay.
Yeah, it just depends how much pressure you have going down. There's a lot of variables, you know what I mean? So setup usually takes, at least 30 minutes to an hour to like set up something like this. So yeah.
So
we're printing the base layer right now, right? When it hits here, this is a heater that's about 230 degrees.
Okay.
And so that's gonna dry it a little bit, right? So we wanna dry it a little bit. And then we'll do one whole round of it drying before we put the other color on there. So right now it's drying a little bit, but even after it finishes all the white, we're gonna dry it one more time, and then we'll put the pink coat on there, and then we'll take the shirts off.
And dry it again?
Yep. Yeah.
Lots of drying?
It's called curing. Cure means it's actually like, bonded. And so when you wash it, it's definitely not coming off. This doesn't cure. It just kind of dries it enough so that you could put something else on top of it, another color.
Okay.
curing, that's when it's like, okay, the shirt's done. It's cured.
Okay, so there's a lot of shirts back here.
Yeah, these are hoodies.
And, yeah, hoodies, shirts.
Hoodies, shirts.
Who's your client?
Yeah, so the client for this is Costco. And it came through a representative who knows someone there. And yeah, they need 500 hoodies for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is this month that we're filming this in October. So we're getting it done.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's a big client right there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So
hopefully to lead to more big clients.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, now you could be the recurring, because I'm sure they do stuff like this all the time, and it's definitely every year.
Yes.
But they probably do it for Easter, like, you know
all
what I mean?
the things.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what does 500 shirts kind of look like as far as cost wise for someone looking to get into this?
Yeah.
Can you give me any estimates or
for like
so how much
for the client?
Yeah, how much the client would pay, but then also how much, like, I mean, this is a lot of work, you know. 500 shirts that's a lot of labor.
Yeah.
So how much as far as expenses and everything?
Yeah.
For like an order like this?
Well, I would say, I mean, and everything is different.
Because the design is not too bad. Like you said, 2 colors, right?
Yeah, it's a 2-color design. It's not like big. It's just like a nice left chest. But that's not necessarily what determines for screen printing how much we charge. So even if this design was this big, but it was still 2 colors, it would still be the same price. So how we decide the price is by how many colors is the design, what type of shirt they're putting it on, so what brand, what quality, higher quality is going to cost you more, and the quantity. The more you print, the lower the price.
Yeah.
So that all being said, taking all 3 of those factors into consideration, 500 hoodies. I'm just doing t-shirts for an example here, but 500 hoodie order is basically around 11,000 for the client.
Okay.
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 For us, our costs, they vary. I would say you'd be looking at our costs are about 60% of that.
Do you think it varies? Like the main variation would be on maybe the type of shirt that you ordered and when you ordered it? Like, I don't know if you're, you know, like at the price when you ordered it,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because that fluctuates so much, right?
Yes. So we take that into consideration already, but yeah, when we order the shirts from our vendors and stuff like that, we'll look at that first before we price the client. So, you know, if the shirt costs this much, we're also putting in, you know, factoring in our costs. Yeah. And so to you, it now costs this. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? So,
what, no, that's interesting.
So we're almost around, when the red shirt is kind of my.
Oh, is that how you
that's how, yeah, exactly. All right.
Oh, that's so smart. You'd be lost.
Hey, lost.
Wait, that's so smart.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Well,
you've learned these tricks over time.
My printer taught me that, and that's the thing. It's not just printing; it's all these other little things. It's very, like I was saying earlier, how much pressure? You know what I mean? Is it over to the left and all of that type of stuff? All right, now we're going to start printing the pink. So we've kind of dried this a little bit to the touch, right? Boom. We just make sure we're dry, and we're going to turn on the pink head. And for the pink, we're just going to do 2 strokes on it.
I'd be so scared to mess up someone's order. I'd have to do my order like infinity times. I
know. Well, I mean, it's one of those things where you just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to.
As much YouTube as you can watch, it's only going to hurt or help a certain amount.
Yeah, you have to.
So how'd that come out to you?
Yeah, it came out okay. Yeah. I think we could have put one more thing of white on there to get it a little brighter. But it's okay. It's okay.
Not
it's
bad,
a decent print. Yeah. I'm going to actually put one more layer of pink.
Okay, so how often are you ordering your t-shirts and your hoodies and all your accessories before?
I mean, we probably order out of 5 days a week, 4.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah, we're ordering every day something.
Is it hard to source a vendor?
No, we have our main vendors that we have. I mean, for the most part, our clients are ordering from catalogs that are directly from our vendors. So they're ordering from what we provide them with.
Oh, that makes sense. So that way you don't have it just sitting in here.
Yes, right,
smart.
as well.
How long did it take to learn that? Because I would have just ordered China and then...
Same. Well, like I said, I've been doing this for 8 years before opening up this space. So I already knew that.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Are your vendors local or are they, nope?
We use one local vendor, and so yeah, please be careful, and that's hot. We use one local vendor in San Leandro. Shout out to them.
Okay.
Apparel Source, but all of our other vendors are not local, but they're pretty popular vendors that most people in the apparel business use. The good thing about them is even though they're not local, you order, for the most part, you order it today, you get it tomorrow. So, and that's how fast this business works. Because, you know, people walk in and they're like, I need this for Friday. And I'm like, yeah, it's Thursday.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And you need 500 shirts?
All the time.
All right, so I wanted to ask about kind of how you manage all your clients. So a client comes in, they want to order a t-shirt. Do you automatically enter them into a system? If so, what's that system that you use?
Yeah, the system that we use to, enter clients into our system is called Printavo. It's a great organizational online platform. And it keeps everything kind of in a cloud. We enter all the information there, company name, email address, all of that. And once we have that, then we could start with the process, which starts with a quote. So, we'll give you a quote based on the information that you give us for your t-shirt, for your order.
Nice. And what's kind of your typical turnaround time that you tell clients? Obviously, you probably get some clients that are like, I need it tomorrow.
Yeah.
What's your realistic turnaround time that you tell?
We have a couple turnaround times for our different services that we offer. So for screen printing, which is our main service, big machine back there, it's 7 to 10 business days. And that's, let me tell you the other one. So it's 7 to 10 business days for screen printing. For embroidery orders, it's 10 to 14. For direct to garment orders, it's 3 to 5. So, and those are usually, one pieces, small orders. And that turnaround time starts once the order has been paid for and the artwork is approved. So, some people take a long time to pay. Yeah. Some people take a long time to approve your artwork. You need to really do those things quickly. And that's, most shops like us. So once that is completed, that's when the turnaround starts.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for giving us a tour of the place. I just kind of want to go into details more about acquisition. I mean, it's not hard to, one, own a business, and then kind of second, start a business from nothing, right?
Yeah.
And so, you have the experience of kind of knowing what to do up front, but you don't have the experience of owning the actual shop. Like you said, you were doing it just by renting it, right? Like leasing it from other people or outsourcing.
Outsourcing, farming out.
But now you kind of are like in charge of everything.
Love it.
You love it.
Love it.
And why is that? Can you give me a couple reasons?
Again, I had said it earlier, more control.
Yeah.
When someone comes in and says, hey, I really need this, because people think that making t-shirts is a small thing. Oh, it's just a t-shirt. It's pretty serious for almost every person that walks through the store.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, you know, a loved one of theirs passed. The funeral is on Saturday. They need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Or, oh, we need it for this event because they own, they're selling cupcakes. They need it.
Yeah.
You know, people need stuff to be able to promote who they are. So being able to say yes.
Yeah.
Golly, I mean, it's changed the game for me, from having to say, no, I can't do that because I can't switch around my schedule and maybe tell a client, hey, can you push your order back a little bit? Because
someone else is more important.
Yeah, we don't actually tell clients that, but like I'll look at the schedule and say like, okay, yeah, we could fit that in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have a little time for that.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Especially if they're willing to pay a rush fee.
Yeah.
Then they do really need it. So
people will pay for convenience if you find the right client.
Exactly.
Oh my God. So that's
exactly.
how you. Speaking of kind of being able to tell them yes. Do you find, because as a business owner, it's hard to balance personal life and work life?
Completely.
Because
or personal life.
Yeah, exactly. So do you find yourself here way longer than you wish? And how often? All the time?
All the time.
Do you have what time does this place close?
So we're open 9 to 5.
Okay.
Right.
We're coming up on 5.
We're coming up on it right now as we're here. We've actually started a second shift, but not open to the public, but production-wise, printing, 3 nights a week. So 3 nights a week, we're running a night shift up in here, printing. So who has to be there for that? So
every time?
For the most part, I don't have anybody else, or else I have to pay someone else to be here.
How many employees do you have?
4, and they're all considered
part-time.
Yes. So
So the night shift. Are you the only one here? Or are you at someone's?
With the printer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, So I'm not the printer per se. I am, just a production manager. I would put it like that.
Yeah, day-to-day operation. The face.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, but the question was
personal life balancing.
Yeah, just balancing. It's super hard.
Have you gotten better?
It has not gotten better.
I love the honesty because it hasn't gotten better for me either.
No, it has not gotten better. What I do know, and I was ready for this type of work as well. I knew that once I leveled up to having equipment in-house and having a space and running a whole freaking brick and mortar, I was willing to put in whatever work it was going to take. And to do this right now, it's taking a lot of work. And I know, at least I believe, it's going to be like that maybe for the first 1, 2, maybe 3 years.
Absolutely.
If I'm still working this hard after 3 years, I do need to reassess. And so I'll say that. So right now, I'm in the thick of it.
Yeah.
I'm on the floor. I was talking to someone.
But as you should be, because even when you, let's say, reassess and you're like, okay, maybe I'm better in the management position. I'm better as the face, right? But maybe I give someone.
I know I am.
Yeah. Maybe I give someone equity and they're the CEO, right? And you just start to have that conversation with yourself, which is not bad because now you're able to focus on actually what you like. Like, I don't like being here dealing with the printer. It's okay to say that, right? Or learning when the printer messes up. It's not bad,
but not all the time.
No, but it's important to know the systems because, like, for me, because you got to be able to know to manage someone else, right? But for me, I don't even like someone else doing my taxes. Like, if they are going to do it, I need to know do every line and why you did this and why, right?
I like that too.
Yeah. So for me, the same thing with the business. If I'm going to outsource it, I need to know exactly what they're doing and their quality is going to give me my returns.
Yeah, absolutely. Same. Yeah, I'm learning right now. I'm in that era. But eventually, I would like to just kind of manage. Yeah. Just straight up manage this place.
How long have you had this place? How long has it been open?
So about 1.5 years. We opened July of 2022.
So you still got a lot of time to be. This is fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
That's why I'm like
in the thick of it for
I'm in the thick of it. I'd rather be, I think of basketball.
Yeah.
I'd rather be the coach.
Yeah.
But right now I'm point guard.
Yeah.
I'm the player.
Well, just like I think of it as I like that. I also think now, because I'm in real estate, I think of it as real estate. Everyone wants to be the bank. The bank is the best position in real estate. But in order to do that, you got to get capital, right? And so a lot of people start investing first, and then they start taking over the notes and becoming the bank. So I like that analogy as well. But I think it's an ever learning process. But you mentioned something very important earlier, which was you have to like get in it. You just have to start first, right? And I think a lot of people get strung up in, I'm gonna like watch a couple more videos on YouTube, or I'm gonna study a little bit, or I'm just not ready, right? But they can't give a clear answer on why they're not ready. And I mean, I tell a lot of people that ask me for business advice, is like, you just got to get into it and kind of learn your mistakes. Like, if you're gonna get into it at a cheaper level, you're gonna have higher cost mistakes, right? And then if you're gonna wanna pay for all the, tutoring, mentorship up front, then you'll have less, like, cheaper mistakes, right? So a lot of people don't look at it like that. Yeah, absolutely. Did you have a mentor?
I didn't have a mentor. I can't say that like I had a mentor.
Do you wish you did?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I never had one, so.
Do you like to be like a solopreneur? Like, could you see yourself having like a co-partner?
Probably not at this point. I think I've tried that in a couple of instances before, but probably not at this point. I think maybe a partner or a collaboration. Those types of words sound better to me than having a business with someone else. But let's collab. Let's partner on something. Those things sound good.
That makes sense.
So
I 100% agree with that. What about R&B is a little different. You can listen to as much R&B, male singer or female.
I don't know if I have a favorite. I actually haven't thought about that. But I like a lot of R&B for sure.
What's kind of your genre? And this is way off topic. But.
Yeah, it really is. Are you filming? My genre? I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm a music head like I used to be as a DJ anymore. So
it's fine. You're busy with a business.
Yes, I
get that. I took a moment off from music. I actually do music. And after college, I like heavily pursued it, and then had a kid and was like, can't take those chances. So I got a real job, and then kind of just took a step back from like what's coming out. I also took a huge step back. I'll talk about this a lot on the podcast. I took a huge step back from sports because I was so heavily in it. Every Thursday, I'm not a football fan, but every Thursday night, I'm like, oh, it's football night with the boys. We're going to go grab some beers. Or every Sunday night, it's we're barbecuing in football, or, basketball season's on. So every night is a basketball game I'm watching, right? That takes away from time that I could be spending on my business, with my family. 100%. So I took a huge step back from like watching sports for a very long time. Now I'm kind of getting a little bit
back.
A little bit more, but I think I know my cutoff now.
Right.
I know when to stop drinking. Right.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a huge
something you learn.
realization.
Because you're still in your 20s, right?
Over time, barely 29.
But you are.
Yeah, I got a couple months. I'll turn 30.
I turned 42 in 2 weeks.
No way, she lying. She turned 19.
Yes.
In 2 weeks? What day?
21st.
Nice. My daughter's birthday was last month on the 21st.
Okay.
Nice. What sign is that?
Libra.
Oh, Libra.
She's Virgo then.
Yeah.
My mom.
That's cool. Well, I want to dive into kind of talking about acquisition of the space. There's multiple ways. I've talked to multiple business owners on how you can acquire the space, funding, even sometimes doing partner deals with the owner. I want to know how long it took you to find a place, because that's hard in itself, especially trying to find the right layout and location.
Yes.
Right? Location.
Everything.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that journey.
Well, of course, like I said, I've been doing this for a while, so I've been inside of a lot of shops.
Gotcha.
Seen a lot of layouts, from small to big to everything. And what it really takes. You have to have a production area, you have to have a quality check area, you have to have the print area, you have to have the ink area, like all of these different types of spaces. So I did know what I was looking for. So I think I walked into it knowing about what was needed.
How'd you find it though?
Yeah. So I literally was driving around Oakland and San Leandro for probably 3 or 4 months before this space popped up.
Okay.
And it didn't just pop up. It popped up because the realtor was someone that a good friend of mine, my best friend, she'd been looking to open up a little gym space. And so she had been in touch with this realtor guy.
Okay.
And he, out of the blue, texted her and said, hey, are you still looking for a space?
Yeah.
And then she was like, hey, the realtor just hit me, said this space is available. Would this be something? And then I looked at it, I was like, I'd like to check it out.
Yeah.
And came over and seen it. So this wasn't a space that I drove by and knew it was available.
Got it.
So I think that's important in terms of like acquisition. Like it may not come by just driving around. It may not come by just looking online. I did that too.
Absolutely.
You just gotta put your energy out there and, oh, okay, this came to me.
Yeah, and I think it's about networking.
A lot.
Like you just said, it was through a friend who knew a friend, right? And one of the deals on the podcast I talked about with Circuit Launch in Oakland, over there by the airport, they do robotics and stuff. Mm-hmm. They knew the owner. So they just pitched them on, hey, do you want to be part owner of this? And their rent's cheap as hell. Yeah. So like, there's multiple ways to acquire it, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I always find it interesting, and even the stories of just, like, I was telling my wife this the other day, but like, opportunities just pop up. And for you to say no, like she's had a couple job opportunities recently, and I'm like, you just have to take it because you don't know when they could swing back around if they do, right? And so like an opportunity where it's like this, it just pops up. Of course you want to tour it.
Yeah.
What why this location though?
Well, I definitely actually wanted to be in Oakland for sure.
Yep.
Although spaces like this and shops like this are typically not in areas like this, because there is residential housing, around the corner and all of that type of stuff. There's residential housing across the street.
So I want to know about how you pretty much like the acquiring process. After you found it, you got a tour, you're like, oh, I love it. What's kind of the next step for you?
Yeah, so I worked with that realtor who showed me this space. Stood right up there, which is upstairs where my office is right now, but I could look down and see. And I looked at the space and I just kind of looked around. I was like, can I do this? Can I make it happen? I kind of visualized where kind of everything would be right now.
Yeah.
This would be the big machine. And one thing that I wanted with the space is I wanted the transparency. I wanted people to come in
and see the back
and see what it takes to print a t-shirt. It's not just simple when you're really doing it, So I want, because when you go into a lot of shops, usually you just see the desk people, the lobby, that's it. So I wanted an open space. And I will always, even if we move to a bigger space, I will always have it like that. So anyways, visualize the space. And I said, I think this could work. I did, of course, some measurements and things like that. There was actually a room right here that we had to demolish and knock down. So I was like, okay, we'll have to do a little demolition. Fun.
How was that conversation with the landlord?
Well, it was the conversation with the realtor. I actually never got to really speak to the landlord until I signed.
Was it a mom and pop or industrial?
It's mom and pop.
Mom and pop.
Yep, they own this whole strip of businesses here. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. And so, I worked with the realtor, going back and forth, negotiating. Hey, I have a dog, because in the first lease it said no pets. I was like, that's my boo.
Yeah.
My boo gotta come.
Yeah.
So, just everything from the rooter to the tutor. That can we knock this down? We need to upgrade the electricity because this is some power that we need here, and I don't want to put the lights out on this block.
Would you have to put like a lot of 220s in here?
Yeah. Some high voltage in here, and so we had to run different lines of copper.
How long did that process take to kind of to get that to where you could start moving stuff?
Okay, so once I signed the lease, it was about 3 months of prep.
That's not too bad. Did you have to change flooring or anything?
We had to take up the floor, and then we buffed it down.
Okay.
So it was
that one?
Yeah, it was this on the whole thing. And yep, we had to demolish that. We had to upgrade the electricity. We had to redo the plumbing, basically. We had to put some ventilation in here. We didn't do anything to the lights, although we should, because it should be brighter in here to really see things better. We painted pretty much everything, all the walls. We painted the floors, all of the, banister.
How much do you think that
Put
was
the carpet down
for you out of pocket?
Out of pocket to redo this space, it was about 25.
That's not bad as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bad, obviously. It hurts, but as far as what I've seen.
Are you going to be like, cha-ching, adding up all these
Nah, well, I do that anyways. Like, if I walk into a business, my wife gives me shit all the time, but if I walk into like a hotel, I'm like, all right, they got this many rooms, and I'm like calculating. That's just how my mind works.
It adds up.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Because I'm a business owner, and I know, like, all right, this is a lot, right? And there's a lot of hidden costs that people don't even think about.
And stuff comes up.
Even though, like, I don't think about, like, insurance is a huge thing, right? Insurance is a huge thing, especially in Oakland.
Yeah, exactly.
But, what else? Like, just those fees that, like, people think you can just come in and rent this out and then it's like move-in ready. Like, there's going to be stuff like the electrical I would have never thought of.
Yeah.
Because you're right, that machine cannot take a 110
just
outlet.
Regular old. We had to upgrade almost all the outlets. Some of the outlets weren't working.
Yeah.
All of that had to be fixed by me, not the landlord. The landlord was like, I'm not doing
How long
nothing.
did it take you to come to an agreement with the landlord?
I would say the back and forth, maybe just a month. The realtor, I don't know how you guys work. Shout out to my realtor, but he is definitely, he gonna push you. So I don't know if that's how you guys work, because this was my first time doing that. But basically, it was kind of like every day he was like, what else do we need to be able to close this deal? Like, I was just like, what do you mean, what else do we need? I need some time to this is a big deal. You know, and so I definitely felt pressured, I would say, and so I don't know if that's how, that's the neighbor. I don't know if that's how the process is supposed to go.
Wait, did you purchase it or you leased it?
Lease. I'm leasing.
Okay. What's your kind of lease terms? Is it 5 years?
I have a 3-year right now, so I have a year and a half left.
Do you have an option to extend it at the same?
I don't have an option right now.
Okay.
But I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure the landlord would be willing to. Yeah. He was very supportive when I came in. He's been supportive. Anything I've hit him about.
That's really cool.
Yeah, he's been great. He was just like, I want you to thrive here. It was really cool to hear that too.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
If you don't mind sharing, do you mind sharing what your monthly rent is?
It's about 2,500.
I'd say that's really good.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah,
it's decent.
Decent is the right word.
Yeah, it's decent.
Especially for like, if you guys can't see, but it's a main road right here. There's like cars nonstop.
Yes.
And what I liked when I first pulled up was that you have that sign right there that says we print
t-shirts. Brings people in every day.
Literally. So it's and I was helping the other business with some advice, and they didn't have that. And I was like, no, that should be like one of the first things. Like, I don't know, $60 sign, right, to make it look nice. But that is key, especially on a main road. So,
yes. Another thing with acquisition and related to that sign, before I said yes to this space and said I was going to sign the lease, I came here during the day and at night and just sat for like maybe 15 minutes and counted the cars coming through all directions, how many, and then I times that by, how many come through in an hour. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna work.
I tell my clients in real estate for like residential to drive by at night when they ask how the neighborhood is, because technically we can't say as realtors how the neighborhood is. So I say, oh, just drive by at night and you'll see. Yeah. And so that's cool. That's what you should check it out. For sure. Yeah. Well, this has been amazing. I want people to know where to find you. Do you want to go ahead and let everyone know how they can find you? Please find us first at our website, theolivestreetagency.com, and then on social media we mainly use Instagram, although we're everywhere, but our Instagram is Olive ST
Agency. We're also on Facebook and Twitter, but definitely follow us on the gram. We pretty much keep that up almost every day, every other day. We're posting something, at least on the stories. We throw out deals. We're doing some cool collaborations. We're just looking forward to growing, which we are. So please get at us.
Yes.
And thank you.
Of course.
For real. Where'd you find me, by the way? How did you find me? I meant to ask you that.
Someone posted you on
Instagram. On Instagram.
Someone posted on Instagram, I think in like a story.
Okay.
The name was intriguing because I'm familiar with Oakland, so I know Olive Street. And then I clicked on it and was like, oh, she's from the Bay. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm looking for a new client. Let me dig a little bit. And I looked into it and I was like, oh, this like, I think I could get a hold of her. And then I emailed. You reached out, so I appreciate it. You guys heard it here. This is the Misguided Podcast. We intend to guide you to a better future. My name is Juwan, sitting here with Rita of the Olive Street Agency. Make sure you guys come check this out, all right? See you on the other side.
Peace.